From a YouTuber named Hatrick Swayze, smart young guy. I had tried Athreos before and really gave up on it pretty quickly. I didn't kind of put time into it, but it didn't seem to be clicking quickly. It requires a little patience. It's a 6 drop, um, but it's the heart of this deck. It's the idea here is that you put a coin counter on your creatures, um, and then when they die, they come back, and you can put them on the opposition's creatures as well. So I loved what Hatrick did, and he had some of these pieces in this deck that I have, but I immediately was thinking about other things that would work well in here. So he definitely had Charming Prince and Skyclave Cleric, and I think he had Village Rites, and certainly Heliod's Intervention, lots of Massacre Worm. So he had more volume in those items. I think Solemn Simulacrum as well. So I have pinched back the volume of some of those things, but added Ravenous Chupacabra, Desecrated Tomb, which is won a game or two for me, just having that on the board with Athreos, and some other things. I wanted Profane Procession in here. I love this card. Take things off the board. We have a fair amount of removal in here. One Bloodchief's Thirst, a couple of Murderous Riders, Skyclave exiles things as long as he's on the board. We do have a single Massacre Worm, Profane Procession, and, well, of course, Heliod's Intervention for artifacts and enchantments. Oh, and Erebos' Intervention, which is an instant. I like this because it's an instant, and you can take off a big creature and gain some life. Additionally, wanted Marauding Blight Priest in here because this is a deck we can gain some life with, and we can get that extra benefit of doing some damage with the Blight Priest. So, all right, so we're just going to run some games and see what you think. Hope you like it. A historic deck. So we'll use the Charming Prince most likely to scry and kind of just get what we need as quickly as we can, which is plenty of mana and the Athros. Okay, not great, but could be worse. So I think we'll drop the Ondu land first. I get to go first, which is good news. Unfortunately, we did not get a Charming Prince, which is nice because then we can use it and set it up as a blocker and then use Village Rites to take it off and draw 2 cards. Okay, there's more mana. That's good. We do have a Merchant with nothing to kind of build devotion around it at this time. Oh, are we looking at goblins? My goodness, can't stand the goblins. We will have Kaya's Wrath available next turn. I hate to use it with light stuff, but oh yeah, we want to use it immediately. That is bad news. Yeah, that Relic Robber is a pain in the ass, but what we can do right here is this. Might as well take the benefit of drawing a few cards from it. That works well. And now I think we're going to use Kaya's Wrath. So we've got good land here. We've got the 6 we need. We have the Charming Prince. Relic Robber. Oh boy. Okay. So here comes another one of those. And we'll be able to take him off. We'll do it this turn. We will, let's see, I think what we're going to do is use the Apparition. And then use Village Rites and get some more cards. So hey, silver lining right there. Alright, so I think we're going to drop black here. We can get Profane Procession on next, which is going to be a major coup with goblins. Okay, they got the old sacrifice thing going here. And there's Grim Tutor, so we can go get Ethrios. I think we can put the Procession right on the board, scare the hell out of them, because they bring something on. Although, you know, Maxis is just a stupid card. Fortunately, they were down a mana or so to make that happen. Let's go looking here. Okay, not loving that. Not really needing the Solemn, but I think we're going to keep it. Pull another mana out of there, which does increase the odds of getting other things a little bit. Alright, it's going to be no attacks here. If he brings on anything worth taking, we will take it from him. And this is kind of a tough thing because you can sack these guys and bring on lots of stuff. So all of a sudden he could have a ton of goblins going. Okay, now he's searching for a goblin, so he's probably searching for Maxis. It behooved me to get rid of this, but I hate to spend all that mana for that purpose, but we do have, there is Maxis. Okay, he is a 6-drop. So he's 1 mana away, may have it in hand. And there's going to be a ton of goblins all of a sudden. So, what to do is the question here. Well, I think I'm going to go ahead and yank this off the board so he can't bring additional things beyond Maxis on by sacking lightweight goblins. We want a blocker up here. I think we had better gain some life. And that's it. We're going to stay put, and it's going to get ugly here. There's no doubt, I know that. We'll be able to take his most valuable thing off the board with Procession. There's this guy, top 4 cards. He's being, okay, he did not have the mana to get it done. Alright. He's all tapped out, so he's just giving some stuff up here. Take everything small. Not sure what the value of that was. He is going to be dropping Maxis at some point, but he does have to get mana, so he's in a bit of a bind here. What we're going to do here is drop Solemn and go find Athreos. It will tap our life total. Okay. And having Grey Merchant on the board will probably put Athreos up as a creature. So let's go in with 2 things. We want to have some blockers that are low on life. We have 9 mana here. Okay. Nothing too scary there. And Matron, he may get the other big one that you could just click and create goblins. They don't have haste at this time. The Chieftain is a bad card. That gives everything haste. He needs to survive here. It's going to be the challenge. Okay, Siege Gang. Okay. All right, so far so good. Athreos, and we may get him on the board bringing. Yeah, he comes right on. Excellent. Blight Priest. All right. I think we're just going to come with the Simulacrum, see if they take him off, so we can draw a card. They do not. Now we're going to just put a coin on the apparition. I'm not forgetting that we have Procession in hand. The War Chief right there. Okay, I will be going for him with the Profane Procession, which will, at this moment, prohibit me from playing Grey Merchant as well. We do have 4 devotion, so 6 with Merchant. Oh, there's, yeah, there the mob boss. He's the guy. And that's the problem with the War Chief. Everything has haste. He's able to click immediately rather than wait a turn. Okay, so it's imperative we get him off the board. They still only have 4 mana, which is really bad, having drawn 19 cards. Okay, and here we go. It brings in... Oh, the War Chief. Okay, didn't he have a chieftain? Okay. Well, this is great news because we picked up mana. So here we go. We're going to go ahead and take the mob boss. We could, in fact, take another card. Now, this is a problem because he's going to allow Maxis to come in a turn early. So I think we have to take him rather than bring the Grey Merchant on. We do have the Chieftain, which is a problem. I want him. Now we're going to... Procession moves over as land, and I can start playing those things. So just to apply some pressure here, I think I'm going to come in with the Simulacrum. Will they be compelled to block it? The goal really here is to bring on Maxis. If they can't do that, they're screwed. I think we're going to put a token on the Chieftain. Giving him more incentive not to block with that card. And giving me haste if I do get him. I'm just looking at the transformed Profane Procession and just wondering if I will still get the black mana for loyalty from that card. He did manage to bring Maxis out, which is not particularly good news, but we do have Aethros, and okay, this is pretty darn good here. So the question is, do we go with Conrad and Merchant, which will put us at 4, 5, 6 devotion, and it'll deal 7 damage with Marauding Blight Priest. We're going to do it. It'll empty our hand, but I'm not too terribly concerned because we'll be able to play things from Tomb of the Dusk Rose. And this will definitely sting them a little bit. They've got some good creatures there, but they're in some deep trouble here. Down to 5. And there will be no attacks. And let's just see what we want to do here. Definitely the Grey Merchant. They kill him, he comes back, it's game over. Leaves them in a major quandary. So goblins, you know, I've learned to hate goblins. Maxis just needs to be banned. It's too much. But we managed to fend this off. They did get off to a slow start and had some limits with mana, but we're owning them at this point. It's looking fairly terminal across the way. And we're going to go ahead and bring on the Solemn, which is card draw if they were ever to attack. Grab a white. Plane's coming on. Okay, and now we're going to go ahead and drop the mob boss. And we're going to go ahead and mill a card around. Does a damage. I like that. Filters another Maxis out of the deck. They're going to Nyx Lotus. It's not going to help them in any way. And we're just going to come in with a Simulacrum. Just looking for card draw here. And Seer Conrad. So this is an addition I really thought of right away when I looked at Patrick's deck. And it does a pretty nice job. And there's the Ravenous, and let's see what we want to go ahead and bolster up here. I'd say the most valuable card on the board at this point that isn't protected is Sir Conrad. And they may fold here with when Ravenous comes on. Chain Whirler, okay. Not gonna do anything really. Note. They do have Storm Wrath they just picked up. That could be bad news, so we're gonna want to get some stuff done. Okay, that's pretty impressive, but there's going to be a consequence for that. So we're going to use the Merchant on Maxis. Going to use the Simulacrum on Chain Whirler. Let's see here, that's Relic Robber. And we'll bring out the Apparition to block Snoop. Sir Conrad, he's going to come back anyway, so we'll use him on the Thrashmaster. And let's see if I can do this slightly differently. I think I'm going to take the Conspicuous Snoop here and do this, and I guess we'll put a Prince on here. So we won't take any damage unless they do. Oh, what they do have here, they can't play it this turn, is the Wrath, but I think this is all going to be great because I think the game will end with Sir Conrad. There it is. Okay, success. A cool test going against the goblins there. We'll play one more. Okay, reasonable looking hand here. Kind of the basics. We got enough mana to get started. The prince comes on. The village right sacks him at the right moment. We have removal, some life gain, 1 mana away from being able to play everything. Yeah, so we'll scry with the prince. Yeah, we're waiting on the opponent. I apologize for the delay. Wow, I am really sorry. And it looks like they may be just folding here. I can see that the timer bar is running on them. I am sorry about this. Oh, keep. Here we go. Hopefully they move a little quicker in the game. It does drive me a little crazy when people just play incredibly slowly. I know life gets in the way sometimes, but this is really frustrating. Wow. Okay. All right, well, that was no fun. I'm assuming they're just not going to be present whatsoever here, and we'll run the clock again, and then it'll be a win with no playing. Such a bummer. Okay, we have an opponent. Prince will come up and we'll scry. Hopefully we can move forward here and play a reasonably efficient game. Okay, we're going to take the Erebos, we're going to take the land. Put it first. Not really a consequence, but we won't be using that Erebos anytime soon, I don't believe. Oh dear. Somebody help me understand this. Why do people do this? I just don't get it. Is it a tactic? I think you're going to get wins if you go slow enough. People will just give up. Believe me, I'm tempted. Okay, so I could take the bird off, but who cares really? I don't care about the bird. Can't block, so I'm coming in. So we got great mana here. We got 5. We're only in need of 1. Okay. Okay. Well, we're going to beat you to that. Village Rights. Single black drop. Gets me some good stuff. Namely, the Solemn Simulacrum. The come in and attack someday. Cool art on that card. Frustrating, really frustrating here. I'm apologizing to the viewers here. This is such a drag to sit through. Okay, my turn. Okay, we definitely need to play a basic land so we can get Solemn up here. And we'll bring a black up. Questing Beast, alright. Well, Ravenous will come on next turn. Does some good damage though. Temple of Silence, get a little scry action. Don't really need it, we're at 6. I think we'll take it though. We have Erebos Intervention there. So what we're going to do is bring Ravenous up, get rid of the beast. Come on in with the Simulacrum. And this is an example of why Erebos' intervention is good, because gains you some life. And I'm glad we held on to the rider so we can ditch Garruk.
Respect for nature.
He gets the 3/3 beast. Sure, he'll come swinging with Order of Midnight. It can't block. Have me down to 10. We will have 7 mana. Well. Alright, so first things first. Ditch Garruk. Alright, and then I think what we're going to do here is put the rider up. Whoops, definitely not doing that, doing this. And we'll stay put, and we may end up taking, using Village Rites here. So we would like to get our hands on Athreos. That's it, fold. Well, that was kind of a lame game. I'm sorry about that, but you get a little bit of a flavor of the deck, I hope. The previous game really showed off many of the components of the deck. Might want to consider building it, give it a try. It's pretty darn good. Okay, thanks for watching. Take care.